What's up, guys? I'm about to be harvesting one of my cassavas. Right there is where it is. It was super tall. It was up to the top of the net. You could see here I had cut off the trunks. Super tall. So hopefully there's a good amount of roots in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start digging around the base, try to get some stuff exposed. We haven't had rain in a good minute, so the sand's pretty compact and tough. So I'm gonna start doing that, and I'm gonna check back in with you guys when I'm pulling the roots out of the ground. All right, guys, so I pulled some of the dirt away, but it was pretty compacted. So I brought in a bucket of water, and I put a couple buckets of water in there to kind of loosen everything up. But as you can see, it's anchored in there pretty tight. So, and the chickens have already got over here and started scratching around. I don't want them scratching the skin of these yuccas too much. So, and as you can see here too, all this, I've broke a lot of it up, but that's all roots from the big oak tree. And so I am anticipating that those roots have kind of, constricted the root growth of this cassava plant here. So I don't think I'm gonna have really big yucca, but still it needs to be harvested, and I need to get it out of here so I can put other things. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling it out. So let's see, can I just... It's not terrible. See, my last cassava harvest was an absolute monster. We look at that. I could just plant that right in the ground right there. It's already got roots on it. Cut that into several sections. But look at that, just plant that bottom section. But my last cassava crop was huge. From 2 plants, there's some earthworms. From 2 plants, I got well over 50 pounds. And there's some bigger roots down there, actually. So, oh my goodness, look at that. You can see, again, that's roots from the oak tree. But it looks like there's some pretty good sized roots for cassava, or what we call yucca, down there. So, you never know. Yeah, what I was saying is my last crop, from two plants, relatively comparable in size to this one, and we got like 56 pounds. But they were over there in the garden, further away from the oak tree. So I was anticipating a super small harvest, or a little harvest from this. But I don't know. Looking at these, if there's a couple more, big roots around these edges, we may have a pretty damn good harvest here. So I don't know. Let's see. All right, so I dug more out. Then I came in with another bucket of water, trying to loosen it up a bit, and I can actually start to pull it now. But the problem is, I'm here by myself, and I don't have anybody who can record for me. So I'm gonna have to put the phone down and try to get this bad boy yanked out of here, and then I'll come back with the camera and show you guys what we got. So I had to bring in a machete to help chop up some of these roots here. But this is the overall haul, overall harvest from this one cassava here in this sandy soil. Some pretty nice roots right there, and there's still quite a bit attached to the trunk or the base of the plant. So I'm gonna get everything loaded up into this bucket, take it over to the table, wash it up so you guys can see the end result. This one here is the only one that seemed to get eat up by something. It was a pretty nice sized root too, so we're definitely not going to use that one. So let me get all this over to the table and get it washed up so I can show you guys. All right, so this is what it looks like before I get it all cleaned up. There's quite a bit of edible root there. Now some of it will be too woody, you know, like this right here. That's too woody to eat. But when you come further down, it gets a lot more tender. So I'll have to clean it all up and see what's edible and what's too woody, but there's a lot of food right here on this table. Let me get it cleaned up and I'll show you what it looks like. So there you are, guys. That is all of the yucca, or cassava, tapioca, I think they call it mani hot. It's eaten all over the world. It's easy to grow. I grew it in sand back there. I barely did anything for it. I mean, I literally just let it grow itself. And all of this is from one plant. Now, I will say, you know, some of it's not going to be edible. This longer piece here, this piece here, but as soon as it widens up, all that's edible. I'm going to venture to say there's probably 15 to 20 pounds of edible yucca root here from one plant. And I might be being modest. There might be a little bit more than that, but I definitely don't want to overguess. But that's a lot of food right there, guys. Really easy to grow. I'm super satisfied with it. I didn't expect there to be this much, but that is one of the cool things about harvesting root crops. And it gets me excited because I'm gonna harvest my sweet potatoes in like 5 days. So thank you guys for checking this out. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you next time. See ya.